Lesson 1: Mortgage Matters.
Morning, Anna. Have you been thinking about buying a house?
As a matter of fact, I have. It's been on my mind a lot lately.
Nice. What kind of mortgage options have you been looking into?
Well, I've been researching different loan types and down payment requirements.
That's smart. The down payment can really impact the monthly payments.
Exactly. I'm trying to figure out the optimal balance between upfront costs and long-term affordability.
Totally. Even a small increase in the down payment can lower the monthly costs significantly.
That's good to know. I'll have to crunch the numbers and see what makes the most sense for me.
For sure. Have you spoken to a mortgage lender yet to get pre-approved?
Not yet, but that's definitely the next step. I want to understand my budget and options first.
Sounds like a solid plan. They can walk you through all the details and give you a clearer picture.
Definitely. I want to make sure I make an informed decision that fits my long-term goals.
Absolutely. Buying a home is a big financial commitment, so it's important to do your homework.
Completely agree. I'm excited about the prospect, but want to make sure I get it right.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just take it step by step and don't be afraid to ask lots of questions.
Thanks, John. I appreciate the advice. It's really helpful to talk through this with someone.
Anytime. I'm happy to lend an ear or bounce ideas around as you navigate the home buying process.
Great, I may take you up on that. Always good to have a sounding board.
Sounds good. Keep me posted on how it goes. I'm rooting for you.
Lesson 2: Work-Life Balancing Act.
Hey Anna, you look a bit stressed. Everything okay on the work front?
Honestly, no. I've been feeling overwhelmed with deadlines and long working hours lately.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Do you want to talk about it?
I'd really appreciate that. I'm struggling to find a healthy work-life balance.
I see. What's been the biggest challenge for you?
The sheer volume of tasks and the constant pressure to perform. It's never ending.
I can imagine that's exhausting. Have you tried to prioritize or delegate some of the work?
I've attempted to, but my boss keeps piling on more responsibilities.
That's tough. Have you had an open conversation with your manager about it?
Not yet, I've been hesitant to bring it up. I don't want to come across as incapable.
I understand the concern, but your well-being should be the priority. Have you considered negotiating for more flexibility?
That's a good point. I could propose working from home a couple days a week or adjusting my schedule.
Exactly. A little flexibility can go a long way in maintaining a healthier work-life balance.
You're right. I think I need to have that discussion with my manager soon.
I'm sure they'd be receptive if you approach it constructively. Your productivity will likely improve too.
I hope so. I'm at the point where I need to make some changes before I burn out.
Definitely. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Your health and happiness should come first.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to schedule a meeting with my boss this week.
Excellent, I'm glad I could provide a fresh perspective. Let me know how it goes, yeah.
Absolutely, I appreciate you taking the time to listen and offer advice. It really helps.
Anytime, Anna. I'm here if you need a sounding board again in the future.
Lesson 3, Drunk and Disorderly.
Hey Anna, did you hear about what happened to Tom last night? He was completely drunk and caused a scene at the bar.
Oh no, that's not good. What exactly happened?
Well, from what I heard, Tom had one too many drinks and started yelling and stumbling around. The bartender had to cut him off and call a cab to take him home.
Ugh, that's so embarrassing. Drinking too much can really make people act in really inappropriate ways.
Definitely. Alcohol impairs your judgment and coordination. When you're drunk, you tend to lose control and do things you wouldn't normally do sober.
Exactly. And the hangover the next day is the worst part. I bet Tom is feeling pretty terrible this morning.
Oh yeah, he's probably got a massive headache and is feeling nauseous. Drinking to excess can also lead to other problems like getting into fights or driving under the influence.
Ugh, that's so true. Drunk driving is one of the biggest dangers of drinking too much. It puts the drunk person and innocent people at risk of getting seriously injured or even killed in an accident.
Absolutely. It's just not worth it. Tom is lucky he didn't hurt himself or someone else last night. Drinking responsibly and knowing your limits is so important.
Definitely. Moderation is key when it comes to alcohol. It's fine to have a few drinks, but going overboard can lead to all kinds of trouble.
Definitely. I hope Tom learned his lesson and will be more careful about his drinking going forward.
Lesson 4, A Tipsy Tango.
Hey Anna, did you hear about the party last night? Apparently, one of the guests got a bit too merry and ended up making a scene.
Oh really? What happened? I hope they're okay.
Well, from what I heard, they had a few too many drinks and started stumbling around, slurring their words. It was a real mess.
Uh-oh, that's never a good sign. Drinking too much can lead to some pretty embarrassing behavior.
Absolutely. I remember this one time, my friend Tom had one too many at a wedding and ended up tripping over the dance floor. Everyone was cracking up.
Yikes, that must have been mortifying for him. Alcohol can really impair your judgment and motor skills.
Tell me about it. I've had my fair share of tipsy mishaps over the years. One time, I accidentally knocked over an entire tray of drinks at a party. Talk about a sticky situation.
Oh no, I can only imagine the chaos that ensued. Cleaning up all that spilled alcohol must have been a nightmare.
It was. And the worst part was, I couldn't even remember most of it the next day. Blacking out from drinking is never a good time.
I bet. That's why it's so important to know your limits and drink responsibly. Moderation is key when it comes to alcohol.
Absolutely. I learned that the hard way. These days, I'm much more mindful of how much I'm consuming. Gotta stay in control, you know?
Definitely. It's all about finding that balance and knowing when to call it a night. Safety should always come first.
Definitely. Anyway, enough about my drunken escapades. What have you been up to lately?
Lesson 5, Lunchtime Delight.
Morning, Anna. Have you decided what you're having for lunch today?
Hey there, John. I'm actually still trying to figure that out. I'm torn between a salad or a sandwich.
Ah, the age-old dilemma. Well, I might have a suggestion for you.
Oh, really? What do you have in mind?
Have you tried that specialty sandwich at the cafe down the street? I heard it's absolutely delicious.
Ooh, no, I haven't. What's in it?
Well, from what I know, it's got some fresh veggies, like crisp lettuce and juicy tomatoes, along with a blend of savory meats and a tantalizing sauce.
That does sound pretty appetizing. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Right? And the best part is, they use high quality, locally sourced ingredients. It's a real treat for the taste buds.
That's exactly what I'm in the mood for. I think I'll give it a try.
Excellent choice. I'm sure you'll love it. Let me know what you think after you've had a chance to try it.
Will do. Thanks for the recommendation, John. I'm sure it'll hit the spot.
Anytime. Enjoy your lunch, and let me know if you ever want to grab a bite together.
Sounds like a plan. I'll keep that in mind.
Awesome. Catch you later, Anna.
Lesson 6, Pasta Craving Conversation.
Hey, Anna. Do you have any idea what you want for dinner tonight?
You know, I've been craving some pasta lately. How does that sound to you?
Pasta, huh? That's a great idea. I'm definitely in the mood for something carb-y and delicious.
Awesome. Do you have a specific type of pasta in mind, or did you want to leave it open?
Let me think. How about a nice, hearty bolognese or marinara sauce? Something to really hit the spot, you know?
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I could definitely go for a rich, flavorful sauce.
Right? And maybe we could even add some fresh basil or parmesan on top to really elevate it.
Yes, please. That's making my mouth water just thinking about it.
Haha, me too. Shall we make a plan to get together and whip up some tasty pasta tonight?
Definitely. I'm getting hungry just talking about it. Shall we say, around 7 o'clock?
Sounds perfect. I'll pick up the ingredients on my way home from work.
Wonderful. I can't wait. This is going to be such a delicious dinner.
Agreed. It's going to be a real pasta party.
Haha, I love it. Alright, I'll see you later, John. Can't wait.
Likewise, Anna. This is going to be great.
Lesson 7, Sandcastle Building Secrets.
Yo, Anna. Have you ever tried building a sandcastle before?
Oh, absolutely. I love spending time at the beach, creating intricate sand structures.
Same here. There's just something so satisfying about shaping the sand into amazing designs.
Totally. But you know, the key to getting those castles to stay together is all in the technique.
Really? What's the secret?
Well, the trick is to add water to the sand as you build. That helps it stick together better.
Ah, I see. So it's not just about piling the sand, but actually moistening it, huh?
Exactly. The wet sand is much more malleable and sturdy than just plain, dry sand.
That makes a lot of sense. I'll have to keep that in mind next time I'm at the beach.
Definitely. It's a total game changer. Your sandcastles will be way more impressive.
I can't wait to try it out. Any other tips for building the ultimate sandcastle?
Well, packing the sand down tightly as you go is also really important.
Got it. Compact, wet sand, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Oh, and don't forget to add some decorative elements too, like shells or seaweed.
Ooh, good call. That'll really take the castles to the next level.
Exactly. The more creative you can get, the better.
I'm feeling inspired already. Looks like I've got some serious sandcastle building in my future.
Haha, same here. This is going to be so much fun.
Can't wait. Alright, let's do this time to put our sand shaping skills to the test.
Lesson 8, Reconnecting with Nature.
Hey Anna, it's been a while since I last went outdoors. That sounds like a great idea.
I know, right? It's been too long since we've spent some quality time in nature.
Definitely. Where were you thinking of going? I'm open to suggestions.
Well, I was thinking a nice hike in the nearby forest would be perfect.
Ooh, I love hiking. The fresh air and scenic views are so rejuvenating.
Exactly. And we could even pack a picnic lunch to enjoy along the way.
That sounds delightful. I'm already starting to get hungry just thinking about it.
Haha, me too. We'll have to make sure to pack lots of tasty and nutritious snacks.
Sounds good to me. What kind of things did you have in mind for the picnic?
Maybe some fresh fruit, maybe some trail mix, and of course, some homemade sandwiches.
Yum, that all sounds amazing. I'm getting excited just picturing it.
Same here. And just think of all the beautiful sights we'll get to see on the hike.
Exactly. It'll be the perfect way to reconnect with nature and recharge.
Absolutely. I feel like I've been cooped up indoors for far too long.
I know the feeling. This is exactly what we both need right about now.
Definitely. So when do you want to make this little outdoor adventure happen?
How about this weekend? I'm free and I'm sure the weather will be gorgeous.
Perfect. I'll mark it down in my calendar. This is going to be so much fun.
Can't wait. I'm already mentally preparing my hiking boots and backpack.
Haha, same here. This is going to be an amazing day out in nature.
You bet. Alright, let's do this. I'm excited to hit the trails with you.
Lesson 9, Time Management Tips.
Morning, Anna. I was chatting with my mom the other day, and she was saying there just aren't enough hours in the day.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. It seems like there's always a never-ending to-do list.
Exactly. She was telling me how she sometimes irons our clothes if they need it, just to save a bit of time.
Interesting. That's a clever tip. I'm always looking for ways to be more efficient with my time.
Me too. Do you have any other time management strategies you find helpful?
Well, one thing that's been a game changer for me is meal prepping on the weekends.
Ah, yes, that's such a smart idea. It must save you a ton of time during the busy weekdays.
Definitely. And it ensures I'm eating healthy, home-cooked meals instead of rushing for fast food.
That's a great point. Meal prepping is probably one of the best ways to save time and eat better.
Absolutely. Another thing that's helped me is trying to batch similar tasks together.
Oh, that's a good one. Like doing all your errands in one trip instead of making multiple trips.
Exactly. It's amazing how much time you can save by consolidating your to-dos like that.
I'll have to give that a try. Any other tips you found effective?
One more thing that's been really helpful is learning to say no sometimes.
Ah, yes, setting boundaries and not overcommitting yourself. That's so important.
Definitely. It's all about being intentional with your time and energy.
Absolutely. These are all such great strategies. I'm going to have to implement some of these.
I'm sure they'll make a big difference. Time management can be a real challenge, but these tips can really help.
For sure. Thanks for sharing all these awesome insights, Anna. I feel inspired to get more organized.
I'm glad I could help. Let me know if you come up with any other time-saving tricks.
Will do. I'm excited to put these into practice and reclaim some of those missing hours.
Lesson 10: The Joys of Traveling.
Yo, Anna. I heard you just got back from a trip to Rome. How was it?
It was absolutely incredible. Definitely one of the best trips I've ever taken.
Oh, really? What made it so amazing? I've always wanted to visit Rome.
Well, for starters, exploring the ancient ruins felt like stepping back in time.
Wow, that must have been so cool. I can only imagine how awe-inspiring it would be.
It really was. The Colosseum, the Roman Forum, the Pantheon, just breathtaking.
I bet. And did you get a chance to visit any other landmarks or sites?
Absolutely. We went to the Vatican and saw the Sistine Chapel. Mind-blowing.
Ah, the Sistine Chapel. That's definitely on my bucket list. The artwork must be stunning.
You have no idea. The frescoes on the ceiling are just beyond words.
I can't wait to see it for myself someday. What else did you enjoy about the trip?
The food was incredible, of course. We had the most authentic Italian cuisine.
Ugh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Authentic Italian food is the best.
Definitely. We indulged in pizza, pasta, gelato, you name it, we tried it.
Sounds like the perfect vacation. I bet you came back feeling completely rejuvenated.
Absolutely. It was the perfect balance of history, culture, and pure indulgence.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you had such an incredible time. Makes me want to book a trip to Rome ASAP.
You should definitely do it. Let me know if you need any recommendations. I'd be happy to share my insights.
Will do. Thanks for the inspiration, Anna. Now I'm even more excited to visit Rome someday.
I'm sure you'll love it just as much as I did. It's such a vibrant and captivating city.
I can't wait. Alright, I'm off to start planning my own Roman holiday. Ciao for now.
Lesson 11: The Joys of Getting Around.
Yo, Anna. I heard you had quite the adventure getting around Rome on your recent trip.
You got that right. Navigating the public transport system was quite the challenge.
Oh, really? What was the deal with the public transport? I thought it would be pretty straightforward.
Well, let's just say the buses and metro were consistently overcrowded. I mostly ended up using taxis.
Ah, I see. Using taxis must have been a bit pricier, but probably more comfortable.
Definitely. The taxis were a lifesaver, even if they did cost a bit more. The crowds were just insane.
Wow, that's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind when I eventually make it to Rome.
Absolutely. Definitely plan to utilize the taxis, especially if you're trying to get around efficiently.
Got it. And were the taxi drivers at least helpful in getting you to your destinations?
For the most part, yes. They were usually pretty knowledgeable about the best routes.
That's good to hear. I can imagine it would be easy to get lost or end up in the wrong place.
Definitely. The taxi drivers were a godsend in helping us navigate the winding streets.
I bet. Rome must be such a maze to get around, especially for first time visitors.
Absolutely. But the taxis made it so much easier to hit all the major sites we wanted to see.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely keep your taxi tip in mind when I eventually plan my own Roman adventure.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need any other Rome travel hacks. I'm happy to share what I learned.
Will do. Thanks for the heads up, Anna. This is super helpful as I start planning my trip.
Of course. Happy to pass along my insights. Rome is such an incredible city, but the transport can be tricky.
Good to know. Alright, I'm off to start researching more Rome travel tips. Catch you later.
Lesson 12: The Changing Tastes of Humanity.
Whoa, Anna, did you hear about the latest research on ancient diets?
No, what did you hear? I'm always fascinated by how people's eating habits have evolved.
Apparently, in the past, people had way less access to things like vegetables and greens.
Interesting. I wonder how they managed to stay healthy without all those nutrient-rich foods.
Well, from what I understand, a lot of traditional diets were heavy on meats and grains.
I see. So it was a much more limited food selection back then compared to today.
Exactly. Foods like potatoes, tomatoes, and leafy greens weren't as widely available.
Wow, that's crazy to think about. I can't imagine a diet without all those staple veggies.
Right? It makes you appreciate just how much our food options have expanded over time.
Definitely. I wonder what the Inuit, for example, would have eaten before modern times.
Good point. I believe they relied a lot on seafood and game meats in their traditional diets.
Ah, yes, that makes sense, given their northern climate. Probably not a lot of produce growing up there.
Absolutely. Their diet was probably very protein heavy out of necessity.
Fascinating how people adapted their eating habits to their surrounding environment.
Totally. It's amazing how much our food culture has evolved as new ingredients became accessible.
I agree. It's cool to think about how our palates and nutritional needs have changed over the centuries.
For sure. I'm glad we have access to such a diverse array of foods these days.
Me too. It's fun to explore all the different culinary traditions from around the world.
Definitely. Always something new to discover when it comes to global cuisines.
Absolutely. I could talk about the history of food all day. It's such a fascinating topic.
No doubt. There's always more to learn when you dive into the evolution of human diets.
Lesson 13: The Joys of Train Travel.
Morning, Anna. Have you ever considered taking the train instead of driving?
I don't think I have. I usually just hop in the car when I need to get somewhere.
Well, let me tell you, train travel can be such a delight. The scenery just slowly unfolds before your eyes.
That does sound rather peaceful. I'm always rushing around, maybe I could use a slower pace.
Exactly. And you don't have to worry about traffic or directions. The train just takes you there.
That's true, it would be nice to sit back and relax, without the stress of driving.
Absolutely. And you get to meet all sorts of interesting people on the train too.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I do enjoy a bit of people watching and casual conversation.
Yes. It's a chance to really connect with your fellow travelers, even if just for a short while.
You've definitely piqued my interest, John. I might have to give the train a try next time.
I think you'll love it. The gentle rocking of the cars, the clickety clack of the tracks, it's so soothing.
You make it sound almost meditative. A nice break from our normally fast-paced lives.
Precisely. It's the perfect way to recharge and arrive at your destination refreshed.
Well then, consider me convinced. I'll have to look into train schedules for my next trip.
Wonderful. I'm sure you'll have a delightful experience. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
I can't wait. This is going to be a welcome change of pace. Thank you for the recommendation, John.
My pleasure. I'm glad I could inspire you to try something new. You won't regret it, I promise.
Lesson 14, The Fitness Fanatics.
Morning, Anna. Have you been to the new gym downtown? I heard they've got some pretty impressive equipment.
Oh no, I haven't checked it out yet. What kind of equipment are we talking about?
They've got all the latest workout machines, treadmills, stationary bikes, ellipticals, the works.
Wow, that sounds like a great place to get a full body workout. I'll have to check it out soon.
Definitely, it would be the perfect spot to mix up your routine and try some new exercises.
Absolutely. Variety is key when it comes to fitness. Keeps your body guessing, you know?
Totally. Plus, it's always motivating to have access to the latest and greatest workout gear.
Agreed. I bet the new gym has a really nice, modern vibe too. Probably makes working out more enjoyable.
For sure. From what I've heard, the place is super sleek and well designed.
That's great. Sometimes the atmosphere of a gym can make all the difference.
Definitely. It helps you actually look forward to your workouts instead of dreading them.
Exactly. I'm all about finding ways to make fitness feel less like a chore and more like a treat.
Yep, that's the key. Gotta make it something you genuinely enjoy, not just endure.
Absolutely. And with all those cool new machines, I bet you could really switch things up.
For sure. I'm excited to try out the rock climbing wall they have too. Adds a fun element.
Ooh, a rock climbing wall? That sounds like a blast. I'd love to give that a shot.
It'll be a great way to work on upper body strength in a unique and engaging way.
Definitely. I'm in, let's plan a trip to the new gym soon. I could use a fresh fitness challenge.
Sounds good to me. I'm sure we'll both leave there feeling pumped up and accomplished.
Absolutely. This is exactly the kind of thing I need to stay motivated and energized.
I hear you. It's going to be a great addition to the neighborhood, that's for sure.
I can't wait. Thanks for the recommendation, John. This is exactly what I've been looking for.
Happy to share the scoop. Enjoy your workout when you make it over there.
Lesson 15, The Home Gym Enthusiasts.
Hey Anna, have you been doing any strength training lately?
You know it. I've been loving my at-home dumbbell workouts.
That's awesome. What kind of exercises have you been focusing on?
Well, I've been really into upper body stuff, bicep curls, shoulder presses, that kind of thing.
Nice, those are great for building muscle and definition. Do you do any full body workouts too?
Definitely, I try to mix it up. Squats, lunges, deadlifts, the whole 9 yards.
Smart. Gotta hit all the major muscle groups to get a well-rounded routine.
Exactly. I find it's the best way to see balanced results and keep my body guessing.
Totally. Plus, working out at home is so convenient, right? No gym commute.
Absolutely. I can just pop on some music and get after it whenever I have the time.
That's the best. No excuses when your gym is just a few steps away.
Definitely. And I love that I can tailor my workouts to exactly what I feel like doing.
Good point. The flexibility is key when you're fitness ing at home.
Totally. I've been mixing in some HIIT sessions too, which are killer.
Oh, nice, high intensity interval training is such a great way to torch calories.
For sure. I feel so energized after those workouts. Really gets my heart rate up.
I bet. You must be seeing some awesome results with that kind of regimen.
For sure, I'm feeling stronger and more toned all around. It's been great.
That's awesome, I'm happy for you. I might have to steal some of your at home workout tips.
Please do. I'm always happy to share. Gotta love a good home gym sesh.
Absolutely. Thanks for the inspiration, Anna. I'm excited to mix things up.
Lesson 16, The Sleep Optimizers.
Morning, Anna. Have you noticed any benefits to your sleep since starting your regular exercise routine?
I have. I feel like I'm sleeping so much better these days.
That's awesome. I've heard exercise can really help with improving sleep quality.
Definitely. I find that I'm able to fall asleep faster and sleep more soundly.
That must be so nice. I struggle with insomnia sometimes, so I'm jealous.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried incorporating more movement into your day?
I have, but it's tough to stay consistent. Any tips on making it a habit?
For sure. I find that scheduling it in like any other important task is key.
That makes sense. Treating it like an appointment rather than an afterthought.
Exactly. And finding an activity you genuinely enjoy makes it easier to stick to.
Good point. I tend to dread my workouts, so that probably doesn't help.
Yeah, the more you can make it fun, the more likely you'll be to keep it up.
I'll have to experiment and see what gets me excited. Maybe some dancing?
Ooh, yes, dance workouts are so much fun. Or even just putting on music and moving around.
I like that idea. Anything to get the body moving without feeling like a chore.
Totally. And the sleep benefits are just the cherry on top. It's all around good for you.
Can't argue with that. Alright, you've inspired me to get more creative with my fitness.
Yay, I'm so glad. Let me know if you find something that really clicks.
Will do. Thanks for the great advice, Anna. Enjoy your next great night's sleep.
Lesson 17, Sealing the Deal.
Alright, Anna, I think we've got all the details hammered out.
Excellent, I'm ready to finalize this agreement whenever you are.
Great, let's go through the key points one more time to make sure we're on the same page.
Sounds good. First, we've agreed on the timeline for delivery of the initial batch, correct?
Yes, that's right, we're targeting a 4-week turnaround from the time the order is placed.
Wonderful. And the pricing structure we settled on, is that still working for your team?
Absolutely, the per unit cost fits our budget perfectly. No issues there.
Perfect. And we also covered the warranty and support terms, right?
Yes, the 1-year warranty and monthly maintenance check-ins are all set.
Fantastic. I believe that covers everything then. Shall we go ahead and sign off on this?
Yes, let's do it. I'm eager to get this partnership officially underway.
Wonderful, I'm excited to start collaborating. This is going to be a great project.
I have no doubt about that. Alright, let me grab the contract and we can make it official.
Sounds good, I'm ready when you are. This is going to be the start of something big.
I agree, I think this is the beginning of a very fruitful relationship.
Absolutely. Cheers to sealing the deal, John. I look forward to working together.
Likewise, Anna. This is going to be the start of something special, I can feel it.
Lesson 18, The Wonders of New York City.
Hello, Anna. Have you ever been to New York City?
No, I haven't had the chance yet, but I've always wanted to visit.
Well, let me tell you, it's an absolutely amazing place. The energy, the diversity, the endless possibilities.
Wow, it sounds incredible. What do you enjoy most about the city?
Oh, where do I even begin? The food scene is out of this world, you can find cuisines from every corner of the globe.
Mouth-watering. I love trying new and unique dishes when I travel.
And the architecture is simply breathtaking. The towering skyscrapers, the historic brownstones, the iconic landmarks.
I can just imagine walking the streets and craning my neck to take it all in.
Exactly. And the cultural offerings are truly unparalleled, world-class museums, cutting-edge theater, live music everywhere you turn.
It sounds like a cultural paradise. I'd love to immerse myself in all that the city has to offer.
Absolutely. And the people watching is an endless source of entertainment. Such a vibrant, diverse population.
I bet you could spend hours just observing the ebb and flow of the city.
Definitely. There's always something new to discover, no matter how many times you visit.
I'm getting so excited just thinking about it. When can I book my trip to New York?
Anytime, my friend. The city is always buzzing, waiting to be explored.
Well then, consider me convinced. New York, here I come.
I can't wait to hear all about your adventures there. You're going to have an unforgettable time, I just know it.
I'm sure I will. Thank you for sharing your love of the city, John. You've really stoked my wanderlust.
My pleasure. I'm happy I could inspire you to experience the magic of New York for yourself.